G'day folks, I'm Mick van Zyl from Ironman 4x4. Bull bars originated in Australia. Actually, they call them RU bars because they were primarily designed to protect vehicles from animal strikes. Very important things to remember when looking at bull bars to fit to your vehicle. There's a couple of important things that you need to look at and keep to bear in mind. The very first thing that you should consider always is the airbag compatibility of the bull bar. Ironman 4x4 bull bars obviously are all airbag certified. They have to be as an Australian product. And what that means is that when you fit this bull bar to the front of your vehicle, your airbag system will operate as per normal. There's a lot of misunderstanding as far as what bull bars do to airbag systems when they're not compatible, and actually how airbag systems work. And it's quite simply, if I can just sum it up in a nutshell, is the airbag is a supplementary restraint system. It deploys in the event of a severe accident, and it supplements the primary restraint system, which is your seatbelt. So if you don't have your seatbelt attached, the airbags are not going to deploy. What you don't want to have happen is that your airbags deploy at low accident speeds. So when you put a bull bar on the front of your vehicle, you absolutely do not want it to cause the airbags to go off prematurely or when they're not supposed to go off. In other words, in a slow accident. If you have a slow accident in the standard vehicle with its big old plastic bumper, chances are the airbags are not going to go off. The crux of the matter is you don't want your airbag deploying unnecessarily. The other point to remember about bull bars is the actual weight of the bull bar. The vehicle manufacturer never intended you to hang a big old metal iron structure off the front chassis rails of the vehicle, but it's a necessity. So you need to pick a product where the weight of the bull bar is perfectly compromised between strength and how much stress is put on the front of the vehicle when hanging the bull bar on the front. Bull bars generally also accept winches, which is your recovery equipment. A bull bar is a good mounting point for a recovery winch. They're also a very good mounting basis for additional driving lights, for communication antennas, two-way radio antennas, etc. Those are all the features and benefits of fitting a bull bar. One last point is that a lot of bull bars have jacking points, so if you are a user of high lift jacks, the Ironman 4x4 bull bar does have facility to use high lift jacks. So the fitment procedure for the bull bar will be first and foremost to remove the plastic bumper off the vehicle. Then we have a bull bar mounting bracket which mounts onto the chassis of the vehicle. That also doubles as the winch mounting platform. It's important to note that the winch mounting cradle for the Ironman 4x4 bull bars is part of the mounting bracket that fits to the chassis of the vehicle, and the pan then fits onto that bracket after the airbag compatible brackets. In other words, when you're winching with an Ironman 4x4 bull bar, you're not actually putting any stress on the actual pan of the bull bar. It's all handled by the bull bar mounting bracket. Folks, what we're looking at here is the vehicle with the plastic bumper that's been removed. As you can see, there's not much protection behind that. Your radiators are quite exposed, and that's one of the fundamental reasons we fit a full metal protective bumper. Is in the case of animal strikes, these are very vulnerable. If they get damaged, you're not going anywhere. There's a bit of a stiffener that's removed as well. It doesn't really do anything but hold the plastic bumper in place. So we've already fitted the bumper mounting bracket, which also acts as the winch mount bracket. So the winch actually winches on the mounting bracket and not on the pan of the bumper, as is the case with many bull bars that get fitted to vehicles. At the same time that we're fitting the bull bar, as everything underneath is exposed, we're also fitting the Ironman 4x4 rated recovery points. These are proper rated recovery points, 4.75 tons each. There's one on either side of the vehicle. The reason we fit two is that under heavy recoveries, especially with a very heavily laden vehicle, it's always better to spread your recovery load. So we have two of them, and you can use a bridle system to lessen the actual impact of the recovery on the vehicle itself. It's important to note that there will be a gap between the metal pan of the bull bar and the bodywork of the vehicle. The reason for that is quite simply that the plastic bumper that you see on the vehicle, the original bumper, is attached to the vehicle's bodywork. That moves independently from the chassis. It moves around, there's a lot of flex, you don't notice it or really see it. However, when you then take that bumper off and you attach this to the chassis of the vehicle, it's moving independently from the body, and you have to keep them apart because when they come together, you can damage the lights and certainly the body of the vehicle. So we have a 15 to 20 mil gap around the bull bar. What we like to do is to black out the white metal, exposed metal behind that, so that the gap is not as obvious. And then we hang the pan, line it up nicely, tighten it all up. It gets some pinning bolts so it doesn't move when you're off-roading, and that's the installation of the bull bar. We have fitted the Ironman single loop protector bull bar. We've fitted the winch. We've fitted the recovery points. We've also fitted the spotlights to the front. All happens pretty much at the same time. The other thing we've done is we've run the winch motor breather pipe up to the back of the firewall. And the last thing I'd like to point out is we mount the control box to the winch behind the grille underneath this panel. It kind of forces you to open the bonnet when you're operating the winch to plug in the controller, and that's really a safety feature. The next step is fitting the remainder of the protective equipment for the vehicle, the steel side steps, underbody protection plate, and the integrated bumper tow bar at the back.